a minute late or something. Sorry about that. We have a lot of watches on the table, a lot. Oh man, Detroit Spartans here. Hopefully everybody had a great Father's Day, great weekend. Back at it, back to work Monday. Tennessee Mike is chiming in. Got a little watermelon action there. NH Rick is chiming in. Bill K. Time's Ticking is here. Bean Boy's here. Brave Sailor checking in. Says happy Juneteenth. Wasn't that yesterday? Or was that today? I think it was yesterday, wasn't it? Spook Shells. Finally got to catch another live. Thanks for joining us. Troy is here. Finally able to have a little drink myself. I was on call this last week. And I just got notification that I'm live. So the notification works. Anonymous Watch Guys here. Nate Dog. YZ80's chiming in. Kevin S. Andrew Marion. Floridian's checking in. Probably not in Florida, but... Oh, man. Brave Sailor said he had a Father's Day. I hope you all had a happy Father's Day as well. Yes, Father's Day was good. I was on call. I ended up working a little bit, but what are you going to do? NH Rick spotting the Powermatic chronograph. I just opened this thing up today. It's hard to tell, but this is like the blue dial. I know it's hard to tell. Oh, Floridian is in Florida. He's in Jacksonville. So, yeah. Saltzman's. Richard over at Saltzman's just hooked me up with this, sent this over just for video. It's not mine. But a pretty cool watch. It's larger than the standard PRX in all dimensions. Ginger Down Under. Love the username. Hi from Australia. Thanks for chiming in. Todd says, let's see, just got my Clockwork Republic strap, Rob. Great call, awesome and comfortable. I agree. The Clockwork Republic strap is awesome. And this week I am going to work on the video for their new release of for the Samurai. So, but yeah, Clockwork Republic, a lot of people ask me about it every time they see it. I have a video on it. I think I have a couple of videos on it. And I'm going to have another video, but this time with the Samurai. So that'll come up soon. Hey, my buddy Wilson's chiming in. He's up in my area, northern Michigan, and he's ghosting me. So let's see. Andrew's asking thoughts on the new Seiko 5 GMT. I have high hopes for it. I ordered one. I ordered, of course, the orange dial. So hopefully it's at least, I mean, if it's like 75% as good as I hope it is, I think we'll be good. Is that a black Casio oak in the background? It is. So I have the black one here. This is the new Bluetooth solar one. I have the yellow one and I have the black one. Again, these are videos I need to make. Anonymous Watch Guy says he ordered the orange GMT 5KX as well. Let's see where we got here. Dan says, can't get into the look of the PRX or any watches similar, just not my style. I get it, man. I get it. It's not for everybody. Let's see. Detroit Spartan calling out Wilson says he's been sipping. Well, he's up near vineyards, man. What are you going to do? You know, there's vineyards. There's a bunch of breweries. I mean, everywhere you go that's like a vacation town, there's always that stuff. So I'm finishing up a bottle of Maker's Mark, and I mixed it with some Coke Zero. So Todd says, oh, there's that tuna I just flipped. Oh, yeah, this one. I just opened this one up, too. And as soon as I get done with the video of this, it's headed off to Brave Sailor. Both of you guys are in the chat. So, yeah, this thing's really cool. I mean, there's no other yellow dial like this. I mean, Seiko did a Seiko limited edition Monster, similar in colorway, but it had more things going on the dial because it was like the sun one, I think. But it had that shimmery yellow. Maybe it was the moon. That was the moon one, wasn't it? Yeah. I always get those mixed up. The sun one had more red. Kevin S. says Coke Zero and Makers. Oh, no. Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to break it up a little bit, so And I've been on a bit of a caffeine kick. Probably need it. Let's see. What's square in the back? This is a Bulova. I just opened this thing up. It's got an open heart and a display case back and a really nice strap. This was part of a unboxing I did with like 19 watches on it. This is a little bit bigger than the, what was that last one I had, that Longines? This one's larger than the Longines is, or was. That's already gone. So 33 and a half by 48.4. Let's put it on wrist and see what it looks like. I am wearing my Citizen, I forget the part number on this thing. Whatever it is. NY something. Is it this one? Yeah, this one. NY0156. That's what I'm wearing today. Awesome watch. Big thanks to Saltzman's for hooking me up with that. All right, let's try on this Bulova, this rectangle thing. Kevin Hawthorne checking in from sunny Florida. Yeah, that's a better size. I could wear this, like that Longines, if you guys remember that. It was a little bit smaller. Still worked very good, but this one, I don't know, just has more presence. I could wear this. This works for like a dress watch. It'd be pretty cool. Marcus Talks says he's rocking his Manta around St. Louis. Very cool, because that's where Manta is. Wilson says, Rob, you told me you were fixing dryers all week. Incorrect. Incorrect, sir. I am doing nothing. I was waiting to hang out with you, and you ghosted me, so shame on you. Royal Hawk, did you gain some weight, Rob? I did. Thanks for noticing. And cue the fat jokes. Let's see. The yellow strap chrono looks fun. It does. That's a Tissot, and my buddy Brad down in Southeast Michigan really likes it. Howie says the coupon code for the Citizen was not working. Richard texted me before he even went into work this morning and said he should have fixed that. So I think the code works now. So check out this is a factory yellow strap that's fitted to it, and it has the green stitching on it. So interesting color way from Tissot. Interesting for sure. So here it is on my wrist. I mean, talk about a fun summer watch. I know my buddy Brad was saying that he has been on a yellow kick. Now this one's white and green with a hard splash of yellow. So Ginger Down Under says this is Aussie sporting colors. Green Bay Packer Tissot. It could be whatever you want it to be, right? I think it's a really fun Tissot. It's a very interesting colorway for sure. Let's see here. Had the Omega Deep Black Planet Ocean on today, says my buddy Dirk out in California. Dirk says, ice cream. Yes, I've been eating ice cream. I've been eating way too much. I have to cut back. People are calling me fat, apparently, in the chat already. So, Larry C. chiming in. Haven't talked to Larry in a little while. Thanks for joining. Joey said the coupon code ended up working for him. He ordered the red bezel, just like this one, I think. Very good choice. I like this one. So yeah, that code was a little wonky at first, but they got it sorted out for me from what I hear. Here's that new Hamilton. You guys probably watched it on the unboxing. That's a beautiful green dial on that. Yeah, somebody asked about the RZE yellow dial. This thing's pretty wild looking. I wouldn't have it on this black strap. I was actually just talking to my wife about the strap choice on this watch, and she agreed. I don't think this strap is fitting for this watch. I think we would change that up, maybe do, I don't know, something else. It's just, to me, it doesn't work for some reason. So I would probably change the strap color on that, but I love the pop of yellow on it for sure. What else is really cool? Check this out. the new Timex titanium automatic James brand sapphire crystal 200-meter water resist screw down crown. Yeah, John, right? Like Timex is doing screw down crowns. Has an automatic, I believe it's the Miyota movement. I need to clean that back crystal. Little pop of green there. That's a James brand type thing that he does. Yeah, check that out. Pretty cool. Timex. All right, let's see if I can get some of these questions here. A white FKM would look good on the RZ. I agree, that would look good. Is that a hammy in front of the yellow Casio? This isn't. This isn't. No, there's a. Oh, maybe you're talking about this one. Maybe I don't know. This is an Aviate. This one kind of looks like a Hamilton, but yeah, this is a quartz guy. Interesting colorway. I like it. Nice strap, comfortable. Just a fun quartz watch. I think somebody was asking about the PRX chronograph again. There's that guy. Is it running? I think we need to get it running. Should have, I don't know what they're calling the movement, but it's not a Value 7750. It's got to be a newer generation of it. So, yeah, this thing is very good looking for sure. And let's take a look at the movement. Yeah, I mean, it's a good looking watch. Let's see. ICUS80 says, I need a white summer beater. Was going to do the Citizen JDM Rob had on recently. Should I fork over a bit extra for the used ball fireman? The ball firemen are really cool watches, but I think a Citizen, if you're just looking for a summer watch that's going to be seasonal, just get the Citizen. Save yourself the money. I'd say pick up one of these Timex just to be kind of different and fun, but these are sold out everywhere. They were $350 and they already sold out. There's some other good white dials out there too, but how's the loom on the time? The loom on the Timex is good. It's actually legit good. Check this out. I did it in the unboxing, but I'll show you now. It's actually legit good. Like Timex did a good job with this watch. It's crazy. It's got good loom. It's an automatic. It's titanium. It's probably grade 2 titanium or base titanium, whatever you want to call it. It's just a good colorway. I mean, the date window is really small, but other than that, it's pretty cool. Hi, Rob. Your thoughts on Zodiac watches? I like them. Are they perfect? No, and they're maybe a little more expensive than some people want to spend, but great bracelets, awesome butterfly clasp with the spring load on them. They have very fun colorways. And like this watermelon here, this one's actually mine. So get it running. I'm not going to set it, but yeah, Zodiac makes a good fun watch. YZ80 says the Squale looks good on the orange strap. That's what Big Sexy Keith, the guy that sent over a lot of these watches, that's what he sent it over on. Now he's got the other straps, but this orange really ties in with that. It actually makes these orange markers on here look more orange. When I did the original review on it, I said they looked more like a coral orange, but with it being on the orange strap, it really pulls the orange out of it. The only gripe with the Squale 1521 is how submerged this crown is in here. It's a little tricky to open up at first, but it's not a deal breaker. I mean, how often do you really fiddle with a crown? You're gonna get it going, set it up, and then you're gonna screw it down, and then you're gonna move on. So I think it's for me, I'll deal with it. It's not that big of a deal. Is it ideal? No, but it's like I said, it's not a deal breaker for me. You just gotta really like, I don't know, kind of dig in there a little bit. But yeah, cool watch. I love the full polished case and everything. 120 click bezel on this one, pretty clean. And of course, full lume dial. Fun watch. Is the Squally still doing outer AR? I don't. Were they ever doing outer AR? I thought they were only doing inner AR. I didn't know they were doing outer. I didn't think they were. Dan says he has the lion quote Lions blue version of the 1521. Ah, the 1531 had outer AR coating. Good to know. Thank you, ICUS80. ICUS80 or something. I don't know how you say that. Always interested in getting a Squale. Their Onda model is, yes, I agree. The Onda one is a very cool colorway. Howie says, just check. Saltzman doesn't have the Citizen on their website now. Must be sold out. Murphy's Law. Dang. Apparently people use the code. I don't know how many they had. Are they sold out of all colorways? Let's see. What did Royal Hawk say? Threading a screw down crown is a big problem that people don't talk about. It needs a big repair job to replace the crown tube. Correct. Yeah, you got to pretty much disassemble the whole watch, deal with the raw case, and then extract that crown tube, and then install a new one. I'm sure as a watchmaker, it's not their favorite thing to do. I don't think it's probably not incredibly difficult, but it's probably just time consuming, really. So, Weeby says late to the show. Wow, watches galore. Yeah, there's a few watches. I did a few unboxings, but most of these actually came from one unboxing, and that was from the same guy that sent over the two boxes I did. So check out this Phobos. Is it Phobos or Phoebus? This is actually a really cool watch. Kind of has like a Citizen vibe to me with the way they did the bezel and everything. Now I know it's quartz, but man, this thing is actually really cool and it's comfortable. I like the colorway on it. It's got a nice bezel action, and I'm sure these are crazy affordable. I don't. This might not even be a current model with the brand, but I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. I was happy to see that show up. Yeah, definitely has the Citizen. If you look at it next to the Citizen NY, I mean, look at it. Definitely styling cues from there, for sure. Big Sexy Keith is here. These are mostly his watches. Craig says it's Phoebus. So I guess I'll call it Phoebus until somebody corrects me. Twins, yeah, they're very similar for sure. Bobby Legs chiming in, admiring the PRX chronograph automatic. Yes, indeed. Here they are. Different dimensions all around for sure. It's a lot bigger watch. Automatic chronograph with a date. It's going to do that, right? So, but very cool if you're looking for an interesting chronograph and a fairly affordable price. I mean, what is this? 1750, right? So, I think I paid 650 for this one at full retail, and this one's 1750. And I think the PRXs are going to be hot sellers for a little while. I'm assuming the chronographs will be as well. So as soon as they come in, I'm sure they'll get sold out. That's what I suspect. I don't know if that's what people are seeing as well. Joshua says, evening, if you had to pick up only one G-Shock, which would it be? I would go for a square personally, but a very close second running, and depending on how playful you want to get, like if you want to do this or this, So I would say any of the 2100 series, but really, if you're going to go with the 2100, spend a little bit extra money, get the Tough Solar, get one of these guys, whether it's the black one or the yellow one, or there's two other colors as well. So, um, yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with a G-Shock square as well, whether you get the metal ones or if you get the plastic ones. This is the only square I have right now. I actually sold my MRG. I sold my MRG. And so I have this guy still. And I'll probably buy more G-Shock. Who am I kidding? I will definitely buy more G-Shocks in the future. But right now, I'm really enjoying buying these 2100s, even though I don't really wear them. I'll probably hold on to this one for a minute and just wear it. But I'm really kind of secretly waiting for G-Shock to come out with a more premium version of this. And I know what's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. So, yeah, the G-Shock figurines are mad because I only have the one. But I've owned so many of them, guys. It's not a big deal. Hey, Jake from State Farm is here. Thanks for joining us. Seiko baby. I think somebody wanted to see this thing. Let's see this thing again. Now, this isn't the factory strap. This is an Uncle Seiko strap. But honestly, I think this is a better choice. I've never been a real big fan of the Seiko silicone strap. I just don't like the way it feels on my wrist, and I don't like the way it slips through the metal keeper. I can't stand the metal keeper. Let's try on this Uncle Seiko one. What's the black watch in the back with the Bond style needle? I'll show you that. That's a Phoebus. No, that's a not a Phoebus. That's a Spinnaker. So here's that quote baby tuna, which is actually bigger than a tuna, but it's automatic on the Uncle Seiko. I think that's a really good choice. I like this Uncle Seiko strap for sure. I could highly recommend that. Actually, I need to reach out to Uncle Seiko, Larry over there, and his employee, which I was talking to him the other day. But I get so far behind on contacts and videos and everything like that. Like, I need an intern or something. Yeah, this Spinnaker, the black case with this crazy dark green dial just really works. It's right in the middle of a date change. Let's get it all the way around here. Yeah, these Spinnakers are crazy affordable, and this colorway just really works. I think it's a very good choice in colorway, both from Spinnaker and from Keith from picking it up. So. Let's see, Jake from State Farm says, just picked up the GWB 5600, but put it on a standard resin strap. Good choice. That's crazy comfortable. Just don't flex those too hard because you will crack that the plastic where it meets into the case. There's a new Certina titanium diver. I think you'll want to check it out. Royal Hawk. I will write that down. Certina. I don't have any Certina dealers. Certina titanium. And you said it's a diver? Brian's asking thoughts on Yema quality control. I hear it's intermittent. Every Yema that I've had in here, I haven't had any issues with them, but I could see where there could be issues with them. I mean, they're no different than any other watch. If they're not really focused on the quality control, then yeah, they can have issues for sure. I don't own any Yema, but I've had Yemas. Oh yeah, Bobcat. I'll do a wrist shot. Hold on. I'm pouring a little bit more. My glass emptied out for some reason. I don't know what happened there. But, so let me. There we go. A little refill. Now this isn't sized for my wrist, and it's a new watch from Saltzman's. I'm not allowed to peel the stickers or size it or anything like that, but here it is on my wrist. That blue, it'll come alive. You can kind of see it. It's a dark blue. It's definitely got a lot more heft to it. There's a lot more steel going on, a lot more girth and everything to the watch. But it looks great, and it'll wear good for sure. Now, if you have too small of a wrist, meaning like if you have like a 6 or 6.5 inch wrist, I don't know if it's going to work for you. Let's see. That new gold 35mm PRX has got pretty dang intrigued. Yeah, there's going to be so many different PRXs out there for sure. I still have this guy, but it's kind of on the chopping block. I was actually supposed to get the shipping cost to California via FedEx for one of my Discord members, but and the only reason I'm selling it is just because I know I'll never wear it. I already have too many really good watches, and I don't think this one's gonna make it on wrist ever. As good as it is, like it's just you can only have so many watches, guys. Like it kind of starts to stress me out, and I'm borderline at that point now. I sold the MRG. Bobcat, good question. How often do you service your watches? I have only ever had one watch repaired, and it was a quartz 7C46 quartz Seiko tuna. Other than that, I've never had a watch serviced. The oldest watch I have is this Seiko Monster, and it's, at some point it's going to need a service. I'm pretty protective of this watch, so it's going to be difficult for me to get it serviced for sure because I'm I don't want to like have any issues with end up losing the watch or something like that because it just means more to me than yeah. I would just have to make sure it's a trusted thing, like to the point where like I would probably consider using um shoot, I forget his name. I think it's is it David? I can't remember his name, but he's out in Salt Lake City area and Bruce uses them. And he fixed my tuna and he's done some other work for me, but I would maybe consider taking it to him, but I would actually probably fly out there. I would actually probably bring it to him and hang out for a couple days and see if he could do it. But as crazy as that sounds, but either that or I would look at maybe just having a whole new movement put in it instead of serviced. It's what do you do? So, what is the orange watch with the yellow and red NATO? That is a Gen 1 Seiko Orange Monster. So you have Gen 1 and you have the Generation 2. There they are, side by side. I yeah, I've owned a Generation 1. What is that? SKX 781 or something like that. I can't remember. 781 or 7, I forget the numbers. It's been so long since I've been so focused on Seiko, but I've owned them both, but I always preferred the SRP 309 just because of uh, the shark tooth hands. But now I have the Gen 1 as well because of Keith. So Spook Shelf says finding good local watchmakers is near impossible. A lot of chain jewelry repair places that don't really care. That is true. That is true. Thoughts on the new Citizen Orca release in stainless steel? Looks like great watch. I was actually just talking to Jeff McMahon. If you guys watch his channel, we were chatting last night or something, and he's on a Citizen kick right now. I'm liking what Citizen's doing right now. I like what Seiko's doing right now. It's a healthy competition, or yeah, competition, because I was just talking to the sales rep, the Seiko sales rep, vice president. Yeah, I wouldn't send it to Seiko service. I did that once, and I won't do it again. So I was just talking to the Seiko sales vice president of North America sales, and he gave me this watch off his wrist, and I put this bracelet on. This isn't the bracelet it came with. Uh, and we talked about Citizen. He had worked for Citizen for quite a while, and we agreed on some things about what Citizen is doing, about how they discount their watches. I feel like, and I think many people that are in the industry that know, they realize that Citizen's going to have to do what Seiko did, right? Everyone complains about what Seiko did. They raised their prices. They didn't really raise their prices. They stopped doing the discounts. They stopped doing 50% off. So even back in the day, like this Orange Monster, the retail price on this was probably 495, but we were buying them at under $200, which is crazy. So they just stopped doing that. They limit how many they make. They control their uh, both their brands, their ads, right? They took control over it. So right now, Citizen isn't really doing that. Citizen discounts and all Citizen brand, not just Citizen, but Bulova, Frederic Constant, like a bunch of brands that Citizen owns, are also doing that crazy discounts too. They have to stop that. They have to stop that, and they have to bring it back. Now, maybe they don't. Maybe why everyone else did that, but then we're coming into massive inflation and you know impending doom of a recession or something like that, maybe they're better off keeping that discount. I don't know. I'm not an economics guy. All I know is I just like watches, pretty much all price points. Detroit Spartan says your buddy Wilson had me sold on Grand Seiko. I'll just stop you right there. I'm just going to stop you right there. Detroit Spartan, if you're ever weak, you have my actual personal number. If you're ever weak, feeling like you're, thinking about buying a Grand Seiko, I mean, I'm there for you. That's what good friends are for, to slow you down and really have a conscious conversation about what purchasing a Grand Seiko entails. Um, you know, because the next thing you're going to do, you're going to be buying a boat. Um, I don't know what else. Maybe a timeshare or something. Like I just, just don't. Let's see. I saw this. Reading some comments. Speedy Fat says, "Is Grand Seiko not a good buy?" No, Grand Seiko makes great watches. I think they're um, how do I say this? I mean, if you like owning boats and stuff like that, then you're gonna love owning a Grand Seiko. Let's see, anonymous watch guy, name dropping Dorenzo. Dorenzo makes some awesome watches. I don't happen to have one here right now. Why am I hating on Grand Seiko? It's one of the best companies ever. I'm not hating on Grand Seiko. I think Grand Seiko makes an amazing watch. I think people misunderstand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's a couple of really good watches from the lineup in Grand Seiko that hold their value. If you are an end user, then sure, go buy a Grand Seiko. If you like watches on straps and not bracelets, definitely go buy a Grand Seiko. If you like to be able to go into an authorized dealer and buy a watch that's definitely going to be in the cabinet and not have to wait and get on an order, definitely go check out Grand Seiko. Those are all really good things. Yeah, and they're growing. Grand Seiko's growing. I get it. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be the guy way over there that people are gonna disagree with on that, but it's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Kevin S is accusing me of hitting the maker's heart. I am not. I'm good. It's just I don't. There's no sense in arguing about Grand Seiko. Like that'd be like trying to convince me. Uh, I don't know. I can't think of a good analogy, but let's see. Brewblade says, "What is the one with the brown leather strap?" Well, there's this one, which you probably can't see very good. That's a Hamilton, 38 millimeter, khaki, automatic. Okay. There's the Bulova back here on a brown strap. Okay. Maybe this one you're talking about. Pretty cool watch. Pretty fun. Then there's this one, which I think is awesome. Basically, a copy of a Breitling Top Time. Let's call it what it is. But this thing was like 135 bucks or something like that. Whereas the Top Time, these are the Breitling Top Times. They're gone. They're sold out. You can't even get them. So you'd have to buy it on the gray market, secondary market, whatever you want to call it. And basically, I think they're trending up. So, well, Chris from the Watch Lounge is here, and he'll back me up. Even the dealers that buy Grand Seiko buy them cheap. Trust me. And that's just my point. Like, I love Grand Seiko. It's just, I don't think it's wise to go buy Grand Seiko brand new from the AD. And it's pretty safe to buy Grand Seiko used because it would be extremely difficult to fake a Grand Seiko because the level of execution in those watches is crazy, crazy good. So that is one good thing about Grand Seiko. I'll say that. Like if you're going to buy it used or gray market or something like that, you can feel pretty safe that it's going to be authentic. Yeah, I'm digging this watch. I like it way more than I thought I would. It was kind of a test bed to see if I wanted the top time. I still want the top time, but I actually kind of like the colors on this a little bit more. And putting it with this Zurich leather strap, I really dig it. So I'm looking forward to wearing this as soon as the temperature changes. I'll be wearing this and my Longines Big Eye, which I had put my Longines Big Eye up for sale, and thankfully nobody jumped on it because I priced it probably what I felt like it was worth, and that's what happens a lot of times when you're going to sell a watch and you value it more than what it really is valued at. That's a pretty good indicator that you're really not ready to sell it. You know what I mean? You're not really willing to pay that true flipper tax. I forget what I priced this one at. Like, shoot, I can't even remember what I put it at. 20, I think I put it at like 2,200. In reality is this guy here, if I really wanted to sell it, I should probably post it up at like 1650 or something like that. So at 1650, this thing was probably gone, right? But I wasn't willing to do that. So Tennessee Mike and Brave Sailor just said I put it up at 2,300. So subconsciously, me pricing this watch at 2,300 really tells me that I don't want to sell it. Like I sold the MRG, I sold a helm. I'm going to be selling this Timex. I'm going to be selling who knows what. I can't remember what. I'm probably actually going to sell the Tudor Pelly. So I already have a buyer lined up for it. I'm actually going to sell this guy, which is going to be, that's going to really help rejuvenate my capital. I'm keeping both my Breitling Super Oceans, and I have a bunch of other miscellaneous watches. So let's see. Royal Hawk says, what do you think about the supply and demand thing they do to control prices? Are you willing to pay more than actual price because the specific watch is not available, like Rolex? No, I will not. I will not. I shouldn't say I won't pay more than retail, but any watch that actually costs a lot of money, I will definitely not pay more than retail. Meaning that, if there's like a micro brand that's $400 new, say like a helm or something, and I really want to get the video and I really want to see it, and it's $400 and I got to pay $600 to buy it, I don't really care about the $200, especially since if they're selling at 600, then I'll probably be able to sell it again for $500 or $600. So I don't really get too hung up on that stuff. Now, if you're looking at, Rolex for sure, like, no, I'm not paying over AD retail price for Rolex. It's just not me. I'm not going to do it. I mean, it's already an amazing stretch for me to buy one of these. At the time was $8,100, right? That was a massive stretch for me. I sold a ton of watches and made some big sacrifices to be able to get the cash to buy this. And then I did it again with the Air King. So I don't take that lightly. I'm definitely not going to pay more than that. That was already a stretch. Let's see. Mark says you forgot. Rob buys. So this is a good point. That's not really a point. It's like a loophole. So you got to be careful with some of the stuff I do. But Mark pointed out Rob buys for two people, Rob and Random Rob. They have different purchasing agendas and philosophies. There's some truth to that for sure. Kevin asks, how does the Longines do on the secondary market? Strong pricing. Weirdly enough, Longines takes a decent hit, and they really shouldn't. They really should not take that big of a hit. I forget what retail is on this thing, but like 3,300. And you can usually get discounts on them, but on the secondary market, yeah, it's probably like 17, 1,800 bucks, which means I would sell it for probably like 1650. YZ80 wants to see, can I see the red Phoebus in the back? Yes. I would wear a Grand Seiko to fix my dryer. Isaac. Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. If somebody wants to loan me a Grand Seiko to go fix a dryer, I will do that. I will test that Zeratsu polishing. This is a pretty cool case shape on this thing. It really pulls in towards the lugs. Has a almost a cushion case look to it, but it's not. And then it has that sawtooth bezel. Ooh, nice bezel action on it too. There's like zero play in this. 120 click. A little bit of settle back, but no play. The sawtooth is actually even on the crown. This thing's pretty cool. I'm not mad about this one. I can barely get it on my wrist. No, I can get it on my wrist. There it is on my wrist. I don't. How much are these Phoebus, man? I was reviewing these. These guys used to send me watches, and then they just stopped. So, of course, if they wanted to send me watches now, I'd probably charge them. But it's supposed to be waves. It's definitely saw teeth. If it was waves, it'd be more curved. And let's see. Sad I missed the Timex James brand version 2. Yeah, they're pretty cool. I'm going to end up selling this one. I got to do the video on it. And then once I get done with the video, I'm going to sell it. But it'll probably go in my Discord. I'm sure somebody in my Discord will want it. I think it's a cool, fun watch, and I do like titanium, but I know I won't wear it. The strap is a little weird at first, but I think it'll break in good. Let me scroll back up here. What did Kevin say? I suspect most watch brands besides a select few do the same on the secondary market. Pretty much. Neff says, I'd only buy that if my name was James. Go look at James Brand website. They actually have a really cool shirt that's like James, James, James all on the front in a pretty fun colorway. So if your name was James, that would be pretty funny to have that. Yeah, this thing wears good though, man. That's on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. The strap is a little stiff at first, but I feel like it's going to break in really good, which that'll be somebody else's job, not mine. Because it has a nice flex to it. It's really thick. It's like double layered up. So, which means it'll be, durable as heck. But it's got quick release on there. You could put a different strap on this watch to make it a little bit different. When they make a Brian in a much smaller size, I'm in. That's pretty cool. What percent of watches you buy that you actually wear? What percent of watches do I buy that I actually wear? I don't know if I could put a percent on it. There's like 10 watches that are typically in my watch box, and those are the ones I wear. But I've recently had some overflow that I've been wearing, like like the Turtle gift watch, the Citizen that doesn't really fit in the watch box, even this like Seagull movement, whatever this is. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sujus or something. I don't know how to say it. That one I actually like wearing. And then I have the Notice Bronze. Calico's being a downer. By the way, Calico is no longer drinking ever again right now. Calico and I had a phone call earlier today, and this is his exact words to me. I'm never drinking again right now. That was his exact words to me. I'm never drinking again right now. I think a lot of us have been there, but it's interesting to hear that sentence because it doesn't make sense. I'm never drinking again right now. I will drink for you, buddy. So if and when I sell the Pelly, I'm definitely Dirk calling the BS on that. Hashtag fake news. So now everyone's going to give Calico heck. Wilson says, Calico, is it because all the bars closed in your town? No. There's no last call in Vegas. They never close. So I was going to say, so if I sell the Pelly, I'm probably going to sell the Pelly. I think my buddy Manny's going to buy it. It's just starting to feel a little too big on my wrist for some reason. I don't know why. And I might regret selling it, but with whatever. I mean, I've sold a lot of watches. I don't really care. The thing is I'm going to miss the snowflake hand. So when I sell the Pelly, one of the next purchases I do is probably going to be a Tudor. So when this goes, keep an eye out. I have a couple already on my list. I've always wanted to buy that 925 Black Bay 58. That's definitely been on my list. So I could end up with the Black Bay 58 925. If Tudor miraculously ends up doing a Kermit Black Bay 58, I'm definitely buying that. But they didn't do it this last time, and I really thought they would. So maybe they do it in 2023. Who knows? But other than that, I'm kind of looking at and this one's going to be weird, but I'm kind of looking at the Root Beer GMT, but not on bracelet. I'll save some money. Forget about the bracelet. I don't care that the bracelet's two-tone. The two-tone watch head is enough for me. I'll wear it on the leather, and then I'll just buy an aftermarket bracelet for it. Bean Boy says the Black Bay Pro. I'm not really interested in that one for some reason. I don't know why. Never said they were. Just, oh, there's some sidebar conversations. Take it easy, guys. Take it easy. Howie M says, what's with the red and yellow strap on the orange diver? Were you drinking when you slapped it on there? No, this is somebody else's watch that sent it in. And, you know, yeah, it's it's an interesting pairing for sure, but it might work for some. Eh. I mean, I'm drinking right now, so maybe I should wear it. I'm shaking at the thought of you selling the Pelly. Who cares? It was Ronald McDonald. Ketchup and mustard, NATO. There you go. That Citizen with the red bezel, 100%. Yeah, I wore this thing today. Really dig the watch. I like the new size. It's a little bit bigger. Wears better and looks better. It's closer, I think, to the SKX. It's actually a little bit bigger, I think, in visual appearance. Definitely a longer lug to lug. I'm really digging it, though. There's some really good affordable watches. Canadian Watch Monkey says, blue Black Bay 58 is perfection. The Black Bay 58s always end up feeling a little too small on my wrist, but the 925, although the case size isn't any bigger, but it's a little bit thicker, a little bit heavier, feels more substantial on wrist. I think I could pull off the 925. Plus, I would be one of those guys that maybe you guys have seen the pictures of the 925 tarnished. I would be one of those guys. I would wear it in my hot tub and I would just mess that 925 silver up. It would turn black. I would just mess it up. And H. Rick says, McFly. Yeah, so McFly's over here. He's checking the time on his watch. He's looking down. That was actually a scene in the movie. He was checking the time on his watch. Back to the Future. Oh, somebody was asking what the pop character is. Yeah. So actually, Calico gave me this. So thank you, Calico. He's wearing a Casio. I don't have a Casio. Well, I mean, I have a data bank, but I don't have like a true. Well, that's not true. I got a gold calculator watch, I guess. I have a couple calculator watches. Canadian says, thoughts on the Ball Engineer 2. Great watch. Great watch. I don't own any Ball. I think they're a great watch, but I don't own them, and I don't think I'll be buying one. They're very tempting because they're very cool looking and they're well constructed. See if there's any more comments here. It's like saying that not all Grand Seikos tank when the vast majority do. Detroit Spartan still jabbing over it here. Somebody, let's see. Looking at that movement though, why? Thoughts on it? Canadian, I just answered the Ball Engineer 2. I like Ball watches. I like the Engineer. I like the Engineer 2. They're great watches. I don't buy them. I don't own them. They're probably like, let's see. I would probably put Ball watch like somewhere in the Grand Seiko category. Maybe I should make like a chart of how I feel about buying certain watches. Ball would be over there where Grand Seiko is. Awesome watch, well constructed, reputable company, innovating and everything like that. But I don't buy them. Maybe used I would. Christopher Ward, nice, just hate the name. I don't have a problem with the name. I think they make really cool watches. I'll buy that one on the table, thanks. I don't know what you're talking about, Calico. You should probably go have a drink. Chris from California is here. Oh, Chris Lutz is here, yep, from California. Thanks for chiming in. Royal says, I think you making that chart will make a lot of brands contacting you for advertisements. Yeah, I mean, I got to be careful because I don't want to alienate any brands because just because they might have a dog, just like listen, any brand can make a dog, right? And then make a really great watch. I mean, pick any brand essentially. They have dogs in their lineup, and then they make a really great watch. So I'm not going to crap on them for the really bad watch necessarily. Hey, Crown and Cactus is here. So here's the watermelon. Somebody asked to see this. So, in case you guys don't know, Crown and Cactus is the guy that I stood next to in line. Actually, Calico was in front of me in line with his wife, and then Crown and Cactus was the guy right behind me in line while we were waiting in line for, yes, Detroit Spartan was going to like this, for the Omega Speedmaster Moon Swatch. Yes, that is correct. So we had a lot of fun that night. It was a very cool experience. I did give this watch away, but I've yet to ship it because I'm lazy, busy, don't care, all of that stuff. Neff says I should microwave it. I'm sure Detroit Spartan would support that. Rather than do that, I actually gave it away to my buddy Michael out in California. So he's getting this watch. So, and he'll wear it, he'll appreciate it, and everything like that. And he saved my life in San Francisco. I was literally dying, and he was the only. I was amongst a bunch of trained professional healthcare workers in San Francisco. Calico was there too, and Michael was the only one that saved me. He came to my rescue. He was my knight in shining armor. So it's the least I can do for him is give him that Omega. I'm giving him an Omega Speedmaster because that's what I bought. I bought an Omega Speedmaster, so I'm giving him one. Calico was there. I was resting peacefully in my room, and he abruptly he woke me up, dragged me downstairs, and said, "These people are here to see you. You have to sit here and put on a smile." So I was sitting there near death, being poked and prodded by Calico and felt up by Jay and Michael, and actually Dirk defended my honor as well. Dirk is here. And Michael saved me with nourishment and tender, loving care. So thank you for all participants. Names have not been changed to protect their identity, and all things I just said were factual. Let's see. NPC says, underwhelmed with the new Khaki King Hammy, the Loom. Yeah, the loom has always been an issue with the Khaki King. They have improved the loom on certain newer Hamiltons, maybe even this one. I'll test that out. But yeah, if they're not printing new dials for that Khaki King, then they didn't improve the loom, and apparently not. So, any future lives with Bruce planned soon? I could do that, Floridian. I could schedule that with Bruce. I'll reach out to him. He was doing his live streams on Tuesday, and then he kind of just dipped out. He wasn't. I don't think he was getting the response that he had hoped. So. Yeah, if you guys want to see that, I could drag him onto my Monday show. Maybe we can talk about micro brands. He made me talk about Grand Seikos in his live stream. Very uncomfortable for me because, because of Grand Seiko. So maybe I can make him uncomfortable and we could talk about micro brands, one of my passions. So Dirk says you were kind of out there or out of it there. I tried to get people to leave you alone, but people don't listen. I don't know, man. You gotta maybe be. I noticed you working there over there, Dirk, trying to protect me. And I appreciate that, but it's okay. It's okay. I know who to blame. Those people are blamed, and there will be future incidences with those people. Calico says, I had and will buy the Zodiac Rep drinks. Jay ate his food. I was an innocent observer. Jay did eat my food. It was hilarious. He reached around like he was caring for me, but it was only like a partial, kind of like a hug, but more of like a reach for my fries. So it was a very interesting maneuver, very tactical. So Jay might have been Special Forces back in the day. I'm not sure. Let's see. Move it. Saying right here, right now. Okay, so Chris from the Watch Lounge is kind of playing with the watches on the table, and he's saying perfect three-piece affordable collection is the Hamilton Khaki, white dial, 38. So it would be like this watch, but in the white dial. The Tissot PRX, so this guy, an automatic or quartz. Quartz would be even cheaper, and a G-Shock of any kind. So like this one. That would work, but we don't really have a diver, Chris. We need a diver. So honestly, the Tissot PRX is less money than the Hamilton. So let's ditch the Hamilton. Let's add the Citizen. Why don't we do Tissot, G-Shock 2100, and then the Citizen. Yeah, I think that would work. I really like the Hamilton, but the Tissot is less money, and it's also an automatic, so it's really cool. So I think that's a good 3-watch collection. I just modified yours. You were right there, but I just modified it a little bit. G-Shock could work as a diver, but it doesn't have a spinny bezel. We need a spinny bezel. And the new Citizen spinny bezel is good. 120 click. It's clean. There's no play in it. You'll be happy with it. It's a strange thing when you get accustomed to wearing a 42 millimeter and a larger and then go down to a 38 and it looks tiny, but when you go back to the 42, they look really big. So true for sure. You kind of like dip in and out of those size zones. The only problem with the Tissot is that it has the synthetic plastic escapement wheel and pallet fork. You're thinking of that as like a bad thing. That's actually kind of a good thing. There's nothing wrong with plastics. Like we get hung up on plastics. Plastics have been used in movements for a very long time with amazing success. It actually aids in shock resistance and accuracy if used in the right places in the right way. So I think I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that being a downside. And they don't break down. I mean, the plastics will last crazy long, longer than you're gonna deal with the watch. Let's see. What are the what's the, I'm reading Calico's thing. Hold on a second. What's the fat right watch with the orange 12 o'clock triangle rice bracelet? The hell are you talking about? All right, we're going to move on from Calico. See, Russian seller. Sir, are G-Shocks worth for a long time collecting? Consider the strap and the body will get brittle. Thank you. Depending on how you store them and take care of them, many G-Shocks have increased in value far more than their stainless steel counterparts, excuse me, I've been drinking. Such in point would be the Frogman. Go look at the G-Shock Frogman series and go search up like older rare ones on eBay and look up actual sold prices and everything. They're astronomical. They're crazy. So, okay, so Calico's talking about the Squale 1521 full lume dial. I've done a video on it in the past. This is not the one I did the video on. This is a fresh one that was just sent in. Awesome watch, very fun. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't, but it is a little bit smaller feeling. Like, because I know Calico, I know you've tried on the watermelon, so there it is compared to that. It probably wears more like an SKX, pretty much, just for size reference. Yeah, no, exactly. Good point. Like we just like blanket call it plastic. They're not plastics. They're special resins. They're like engineered material for sure. It's not just the same plastic that I don't know, that say like is in this marker or something. It's not like just plastic. It's actually engineered for a watch movement. Kevin S says the Powermatic 80 is a disposable movement. That is not true. They are serviceable 100%. They're just not able to adjust them because they're laser adjusted, so they don't have like a quick adjust for timing. But they are completely serviceable. They are not a disposable movement. Let's see. Calico says, this is actually true. Grand Seiko uses precious resin, maybe. That is true. They actually call it precious resin. Chris from Watchlawn says, or you could even throw in the 1521 polished blue for fun as a diver. People hate it, but fun watch nonetheless. I 100% agree with you. The blue is stunning. I don't really care for blue watches. I'm getting rid of all of them. That's not true. That's fake news. I see it now behind the Gen 2 Orange Monster Black dial. Oh, you guys talking about this? Or I'm trying to catch what you guys are saying. Oh, yeah. Omega uses special resins as well. Started collecting pens yet? No. I mean, I still have my Mont Blanc. I have my Parker down here. I have a few other pens somewhere. I don't know where. But no, I'm not into pens. But I did put a different... I took out the fine liner on it, and I put a roller ball in this one. So I'm digging that. And I have a few other colors too, but awesome pen. I enjoy it. Such a plastic was Delron, a hard self-lubricating nylon developed in DuPont in the 60s. Yeah. Detroit Spartan says, AKA garbage. I don't know what that means, but... yeah, bioceramic. Yeah. Yeah, this is my ceramic Omega Speedmaster. I mean, this is basically like the dark side of the moon, but this is like the Neptune Speedmaster ceramic. This is a fine watch, guys. This is luxury. This is a luxury watch here. I think there's some people that might get jealous, but I mean, this is the only Omega I own. This is a good one. I love to trigger Detroit Spartan. All right, let's kill the lights and check the loom. Man, I got a mess on the table. Oh, yeah, the Moon Swatch is terrible, guys. Don't buy it. Moon Swatch, yeah. All right, we have loom. We definitely have loom. We got the Squally full loom dial back here. Check it out. Awesome, awesome. Let's see, what else? Here's the Hammy. A lot of people are asking about that. Good loom on the Hamilton. I don't know if it'll stay, but Citizen loom. Pretty dang good, if you ask me. Notice is killer. I mean, is there anything weird? Okay, look at, here's the Timex again. Timex loom is very good. What is that? That's the SKX. What's back here? What is this one? Oh, that's a Seiko. The Phoebus loom is really good. No loom on that guy. Pretty decent loom. This is one thing. This cheap Top Time like knockoff one actually has loom, whereas the Breitling actually doesn't have very good loom. What else has loom? The RZE, of course. Microbrands always do loom good. There's another Phoebus with really good loom. Pretty good. Not much loom on the G-Shocks or the Tissot. I mean, it's there, but it's nothing to write home about, that's for sure. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And I will see you on the next video.